Welcome back, my green loving community. It's me, Hilton Carter, again, just talking plants. Holidays are coming up, so 'tis the season to keeping your plants green. Right now is the hardest time for all of us plant lovers, keeping the plants healthy and thriving, giving them as much light as they need, making sure that we're not overwatering them, because that could be a real issue this time of year. I mean, come on, you spent all that money, you were ordering plants online, going into nurseries, filling your home up with all of these plants. I'm sure they cost you a pretty penny, so you want to make sure you tend to your investment so that when spring comes, what they say, sun's out, guns out, buns out, guns or buns, whichever one your plant wants to show once spring comes around, make sure you help them get there. All right? So today, the one thing I want to talk about, which I've gotten a lot of comments, questions about via DM, is grow lights. This time of year, a lot of us aren't getting a lot of light in our homes. Now that the sun is changing, moving direction, setting earlier, all the things that we all hate about fall and winter, you might want to bring in some artificial light just to help boost the energy, continue that grow season, as they say, throughout the next few months. You might want to bring in a grow light. When it comes to brands or which one's the best light to actually go get, I say do your research, jump online, who has the best reviews, and then go from there. But I'm gonna give you the 3 types of lights you should be looking out for and where to actually place them, and you can have a healthy plant into the next season. The one thing you should know is daylight temperature is 5700 Kelvin, which is 5700 K, is all daylight temperature types of bulbs. So if you go to a hardware store and you're looking for a daylight temperature bulb, 5700, 5600. Now I know some of you who probably already brought in grow lights, you're like, well, that blue light, that sort of temperature light in my home looks a little ugly. I get it. The thing that I like to do is before I leave for work, I like to turn those things on. And then when I get back in the home, I turn it off. So when you're bringing in grow lights, you want to make sure that you're kind of giving them the same sort of timing as it would be in a normal day. So what works is to make sure you just keep them on for 12 to 14 hours a day. And you can do much less than that, but I would say a max of 14 hours. So what types of grow lights are there out there? One, incandescent lights. While they are the most inexpensive of the grow lights, they do give off more heat. So in that situation, you have to actually keep them about a foot to 2 feet away from your plants because you don't want that hot heat on top of your leaves causing them to burn. You're gonna have to give it a bit of distance away from your plants so that they can actually survive. Second, fluorescent bulbs are probably your second best, I think, option. While they might cost a little bit more than incandescent bulbs, they are the safer way to go. They give off less heat. They provide more ways to actually use them, and you can bring them closer to the plant. They give off that blue light that you're looking for, that your plant is looking for. So fluorescent lights are probably the more common, I would say, grow light that you'll see in a home. But they aren't my number one. The LED, which is one of my favorites to purchase because it might cost you a little bit more money up front, but when it comes to energy and saving of energy, it'll save you that green, which we all want to keep in our pocket so that we can buy more plants come spring. You can actually get it as close to about 6 inches to a foot away from your plant to provide that sort of light and not be afraid of causing some sort of light damage to your foliage. Frank, my fiddle leaf fig, this time of year is in a spot where he doesn't get as much light as I would prefer, as he would prefer. I turn it on when I'm at work, and when I come home, I turn it off. That color temperature, that red, that blue is more for growth, while the red is for flowering, given that the fiddle is not gonna flower. It really doesn't matter, but this sort of system that I have has both, which is great and allows Frank to thrive during this sort of season. If you're seeing that your plants are lacking in light, how do you know this? Maybe they're turning brown tips, little brown spots. That could be due to not enough light. If it's been in a place where it was getting a ton of light before and it's not getting a lot now, go get a grow light and make sure you're keeping your buds healthy and alive. So yeah, that's it. I hope this helps. Have fun.